Thank you very much, Brittany, and welcome to everyone. I'm excited that you're here. We are jumping in to talk about how you can power your small business with AI, and there's a lot of conversation about AI. I've been heavily involved with AI since November 2022, and I know that it is just growing and expanding, and we are all at different skill sets and levels. So let me know. Perfect, Leonard. I see you in the chat. I like to keep everything that I do highly interactive and absolutely customized to everyone here that is attending. So let me know in the chat box, have you used any AI? And if you have, which ones have you used? I would love to hear. So give a shout out there and let us know. Again, use the actual webinar or the Zoom chat for that. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the slides so you have those in front of you. And you will see that you can also get a copy of the slides in just a moment. You'll have that chance. So I see ChatGPT. Do you use Angel? Do you use ChatGPT 3.5 or 4, the subscription level? Use Google Bard. I love it. ChatGPT, I would love to know. Do you use ChatGPT in Bing? Do you use it in 3.5 or do you use the subscription level, or have you gotten access to any turbo yet? Yep, you use InVideo and Dolly. Oh, I love that. I just did an InVideo video actually early this morning. I mean, and what? It takes all but one prompt in a minute to do that. Yep. All right. Perfect, everybody. Let's go. For those of you who are not familiar with this, do not feel like we're going to speak over your head. Not at all. This is to get you up to speed and all of us looking at all the opportunities through AI. Is this one session going to be enough for you? No, because I will tell you that it could be late tonight, maybe in the next 2 hours. There's going to be some more GPTs out there, some more AI and different things that you can do in a creative way a person has found to use it. I'm going to give you some of the basics because I want you to have a good foundation and not just get lost in the shiny object syndrome and the time that can get lost within AI, right? All right, perfect. I love this, Calvin. Thank you. Thank you, Kim. Perfect. All right. Hello, Felicia newbie. Yes, it's okay to be a newbie, right? Because all of us were recently, who can say that they are the deep AI expert, right? Because it's only been around since November 2022, at least for the general public to be able to have access to, right? So there you'll see the link if you want to get a copy of today's slides. Thank you so much to the U of H SBDC for putting that link in there so you guys have that. So it's bit.ly, Google Maria. You won't use any capitals there because bit.ly is case sensitive, okay? All right, let's go in. Oops, I'm sorry. I don't know why that one came up. That slide is not even supposed to be up there because you've already logged in here. So let's go ahead and to power your business with AI. This is who I am. I'm Maria Duron. You see the first handle there at the very bottom below my name. That's my Twitter handle. Or you see me on Instagram. I'm Get Found Got Growth. Please be sure to tag me and let me know that you're doing this because I'd love to give you a little bit more visibility by sharing you in my reposts, retweets, and also my stories. So feel free to utilize that. I'd also like to know exactly what you got from this that you actually want to implement. I'm going to start the phrase today with something that we all know, but applying it is a little bit different, and that knowledge is not powerful. There are many people I know that are super data centers. They know the trivia like crazy, and wouldn't know how to apply it to make a dime. Knowledge is not powerful until it is applied. So what is it that you're going to apply today to make sure that our time together is an investment in yourself and your small business and not just great edutainment, an interesting factoid, and something to waste your time with? Okay, so let's go ahead and take that deeper dive in. This is who I am, of course. I've been in small business for a little over 20 plus years, international e-commerce for 15 plus years. I've ran a remote team before it was sexy and everybody thought that you were just staying at home because you wanted to hang out and you weren't actually working. The first time I told people that we should jump on a video call, they freaked out. They were like, why don't we just use the phone and call each other or meet at the coffee shop? So I've been doing this for a very, very long time internationally and growing international markets and having to deal with everything from drayage to fulfillment to MOQs, marketing distribution, understanding warehouses, understanding Amazon's warehouses and Amazon's global logistics. So I understand that. And everything that I'm going to be talking about today is from the practical application. I could definitely get all scientific and geeky, but no reason to, because we small businesses have to be butcher, baker, and candlestick maker in our business, as well as take care of our customers. Now we have to be chief AI officer, chief analyst, great content writer, marketer, so I understand you have many hats. And in the end, it's all taking care of the customer. Now, you'll hear me say customer quite a bit. If you're a nonprofit, your customer are your volunteers, they're your sponsors, they're your donors, they're your board of directors. Those are your actual customers, okay? You still have to be responsible and a responsible steward in the actual mission and the vision of that organization. So today we're going to be talking about AI. What is AI? Is there a bit of lag in audio video? Okay. Uh, may help your feed. Is there okay. From my standpoint, Brittany, do you need me? I don't think. Okay, all right. I just want to make sure. I saw it pop up and I thought, wait a minute, did I jump in a conversation? Thank you so much. So we're going to talk about how you can identify opportunities to really utilize AI in your business, how it's practical, how you can get started if you've not already started, how to implement and monitor it, because you can't just let AI run free, not unless you just want to have, oh, you're going to skyrocket to the moon and it's going to be a brilliant way to do this, because you'll find some of that writing can be repetitive. And then a recap and free resources. I always end with that. So there's a lot of people who are fearful that AI is going to take their job. It is a tool. This is the same thing that happened back when Adobe Acrobat first came out. And oh my gosh, that's not really graphic design. Yeah, and of course, when socials came out, it was just a trend. So you see that people are changing and communication is changing. And in order for us to be able to change and evolve, we need to be able to wield this powerful tool that's known as AI. So first, let's talk about what it is exactly, okay? Because it is machine thinking and machine learning, we are responsible for teaching and making sure that AI, that machine gets it right, that they understand exactly what we're looking for, and they are learning some experiential knowledge from us. That is very critical, or else your AI will just be another sad tool because you're really not utilizing it to its full potential. So in order for us to understand that, if you fail at communication right now, if you can't articulate what you actually provide, if your target market is anybody, everybody, and somebody, you'll get their second cousin nobody, and AI is not going to help you with that. But I can help you ask questions or teach AI what you need, and it will ask you questions. So what are the best prompts? You'll hear that talk quite a bit. What are those prompts? So we know that it can help us with a lot of different things. Task, it can help us see other perspective. It can be that actually personal board of directors if you want it to. So the first time I started working with AI back in November 22, one of the first things that I did was teach it some of my favorite coaches. So I had it go out and read Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Ryan Reynolds, Stephen Covey. Stephen Covey's known for the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, if you're not familiar with him. So the Franklin Covey time management system. And I actually had AI read that so it can ask me questions in their tone, in their thought, and can get me thinking more along that line whenever I do have questions. And I also, so that's one of the very first things that I taught my AI. And the second thing I taught it is how to read competitor analysis. So let's dive into what you can do with AI. So where is it that it can help you first? Some of you have already said you're using the graphic side of it. So you could be using InVideo, DALL-E 3, Midjourney. You could be using Stable Diffusion. You could be utilizing Pika Labs. All right. Maybe you're using the translation side of AI. Maybe you're doing content writing. So you're using ChatGPT, Bard, Claude, Writesonic. Okay. So you could be utilizing any of these tools. And there's a whole lot more. I'm just naming for you some of the big dogs. So it can help us with productivity. It definitely can do some fast analysis. It really quickly finds patterns and trends. Oh, yes, absolutely. I will show those, Jeff, towards the end, because I'm not going to hone in on just one, but towards the end, I've got a whole list. And you actually are going to get a handout if you stop and actually get the copy of the slides that I have here today. Let me drop that again right here in the chat box, Jeff. But you'll see there's 2 pages of prompts in there, okay, and list of actual items actually in the handout and the slides that you have access to right now. Now, do understand that after the session, you won't have access to those anymore, but you'll have those with the recording that U of H provides to you as well, okay? So you'll have that. I'll send the recording out probably within an hour after I finish up here, so you'll also have it a couple of places, okay? I hope that helps you, Jeff. But you have access to that. So make sure you get access to that. All right. Productivity. Let's go in and dive in. What can it do? It can help with tasks. It can help with data analysis. It can help you create content. If you want to come up with a Twitter thread, it can do that in 30 seconds, write a blog post, or it can rewrite a blog post. It can come up with the photos and the video that need to come from the blog post, create a script of how you could do that into a YouTube video, and now send that out as far as an email that you're going to do. So it can do all of those things in one fell swoop. You can't see what I dropped? Okay, oops, sorry. Let me put that, oh, I think it's just, yeah, I can only send it to individual people, so I'll need, thank you, U of H. It's only set up here that I can only send to you. All right, so automation and writing. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you asked for that. Yeah, thank you. You're very welcome. I'm glad you got it. So you can ask it anything and everything day or night. It's 24/7 available to you, and that's one of the first reasons why I did get the paid subscription of ChatGPT is because I didn't want to wait in line with everybody. So you could do posts, you can do information that you're looking for, you can have it you really look at your initiatives and does that fit with your actual persona that you best serve, or who is that actual persona? It can come up with that persona. One of the basic things that I do when I'm working with people and I'm doing my webinars is how you can come up with your best customer with ChatGPT actually reading your actual website and then coming up with your persona by asking a series of about 25 questions. All right. So one of the ways you can help it is to learn different styles that you want to start having conversation with. Start becoming familiar with it. For those of you who've not utilized AI before, start getting comfortable with talking to it. And when I say talking, you could write, you could talk. There are plugins now where you could do that, and that'll be coming as a basic, I know, coming in with Turbo. But as you look at this, you're going to give it a chance to learn and to go out there. Now, if you have 3.5, it's going out only limited on what it can see. If you have 4, you have a much bigger breadth. If you've got Google Bard, you're seeing it instantly because Google Bard is powered by Gemini, which is Google Search Generative, which is search that is actually now being it's influenced very much by AI. Okay, so as we look at here, you can teach AI what to do, and you can also ask it with prompts. That's what I mean by prompts. For those of you not familiar, prompts are what you ask, right? What is it that you need? And you do have to be specific because remember, it's not in your head and it doesn't have the experiential knowledge that you have. So you're going to train it. One of the ways you can do this in productivity is to train it to be like your audience and train it to be like you. So for example, you can use it for audience research to really brainstorm those ideas, especially if you're doing some design thinking. It can edit existing copy. It can handle actual transcriptions for you, and actually do that and even be your proofreader. So one of the ones that I like to use, and I don't, since I can't, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and drop it in the chat. And then Brittany, if you would copy it, paste it to everybody, since I can't send it out to everybody. I'm going to share. Let's see if I got this here where I can share it. Yeah, let me see real quick. It's known as the transcription prompt. And that's if you don't want it, because sometimes AI will get a little bit wonky and it'll try to change your words even if you tell it not to. This is an exact transcriptions prompt that will help you because it won't change any of your words at all. It'll keep it exactly, but it'll make sure that it does all the grammatical corrections and spelling corrections. Okay, so that's an exact prompt right there. Brittany, if you could share that with everybody, since I'm limited on what I can do there, that'd be great. All right, let's see. So that's a prompt that you can use right there. Feel free to copy and paste that. You can also use it to write outlines, write first drafts. You can create social media posts, all of these things. You can have it even do SEO edits. Is that $25 a month sub? No, you don't have to use the $25 a month subscription. You can. I like to use it because I use the graphic side of it, and that I do quite a bit. And plus, I use a lot of the plugins. So I'm going to show you a lot of the GPTs. So the Chat GPT stores opened up last week, and for free, you can get some already pre-written GPTs that are doing things for you, which I'll show you in just a minute. Okay. Yeah, I can't, unfortunately, everyone, I can't drop it to you because I'm limited to just be able to drop things to host and panelists. Let me see. Uh-huh. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Brittany. All right. So that way you can have it because I do have several prompts here that it will be really tough. It'd be much easier if you can copy and paste it just because it would be a lot of typing and writing, but they're very specific. Okay. So, and you'll get some in the handouts. These are just new ones that have come up in the last, I would say, 48 hours. So you can use it for automation. So you were asking Jeff for exactly, you can use it for video meetings, for example, Zoom and Google Meet. If you're late to a meeting now, and I think Teams is starting to do this as well, if you're late to a meeting, when AI is on, it will bring you up to speed on what everybody said, as well as the notes. So everything's right there for you if you're running behind or you've got, any lag in getting into the meeting. It can help you find, file, and research. So if you've ever wondered in your Google Drive where things are being found, you can go into Google Bard and say, hey, I want you to bring up every conversation I had with Eric about our camping trip, all the plans that we have. And instead of you having to look through Gmail and your Google Drive and anywhere else you could have saved it, it will go out and find that for you. It can help with customer service. So many bots. I'm just naming the top three here that are most used. It can do billing as well, project and team management, a lot of built in there. If you've not used Google's new meeting, so actual appointment scheduler, there's no reason you can utilize Calendly, especially if you've got a lot of things already programmed and set up in there to your customizations. But I like to use Google Calendar because it is free and I can adjust and change it as I need to. And there's so much translation out there. I love to watch Japanese anime and I like to watch it in its true form. So I watch it in Japanese, but I don't get all the words sometimes. So I will have actually Google Lens up in real time and it's translating for me in real time, which is Google's video and graphic and photo search AI. So you can personalize it to tailor it to any need that you want here, and you can train it and refine it and really help it evolve for you. For those of us that are business advisors, would it be beneficial to have a paid version for better results, or is it more about how you ask the question? It is more about how you ask the question, but understand that not having the paid version means you have limited access to a lot of the new tools that are coming out. And because of that, you may not get to see, like you might not have any graphics created for you right now. If I pop into Chat GPT-4, I can say, I want a picture of a real dog sitting on a porch. I could do that and it'll come up with that photo where I can't do that if I'm utilizing 3.5. So it does lean into DALL-E 3, which is another AI. So it really depends on you. Okay. So, and what you need. And of course, I would start slow. I did not go to the paid version at all till much later. So I would start slow and make sure it's something that you feel comfortable utilizing. You can also use it for analytics. So you can have it actually look for those different segments, to look for trends, to give you an analysis. So one of the first things that I did, and I'll bring this back front and center so that you can see that. Remember, if you want a copy of today's slides, it's at bit.ly.com/Google Maria. But let's say that I want it to learn something. So what I'll start doing is I will start asking it questions. So one of the first questions you might want to actually do is to start learning who your niche is. All right. So what you're going to do, the prompt is interview me to find my target audience. Now you can even get more powerful with your prompt by saying, I love these three businesses. So you can give it three websites. And I really like the way they conduct business or the way they market to their customers, or they also serve the same, I suspect they serve the same target audience that we do. And I would like to really include them in this analysis when you start asking me questions about who my best customer is. So then you ask it to ask questions. One of the prompts that I used was, you are an amazing marketing director and you know content marketing backwards, forwards, from socials and every single social that's out there, to text, to email, to actual blog marketing. So the content marketing plus SEO, keywords, on-site technical SEO, and off-site technical SEO. Now, I want you to find out who our best customer is and to ask me some questions, knowing all of this and that you've got that history. So now it asks me all these questions. I answered it. Did I have to do capitalization and punctuation? No, AI doesn't care. Just get the information out there. And if there's anything that it's not clear about, then you ask it saying, well, you know what? Or you share additional information and say, you know what? You can also do this, or this is also something you need to know about who our best customer is. So another prompt that I used was break this down for me. Who are they? What are their challenges? What are their pain points? Not what is their pain points, but what are their pain points? What do they need? Write the target audience as a prompt that I can continue to use to build offers and funnels. Okay. So I actually have it write the persona for me, and I use that to teach Google Bard and any other AI that I utilize that this is our target persona. Now, we may have more than one target persona, but I'm going to make sure that it learns at least one, the one that has the sweet spot that we get the most pleasure and profit from, and then I will add others later. So what you can do when you do this now is you can actually save that to the side. And let me see, where is my GPT? Okay, I'm going to bring this up. Oh, let me make this big. Sorry, I'm broadcasting, so it's very tiny. Let me bring this up here and let me go to a live. Hopefully, not playing friendly. Hold on. Not expanding out. Sorry, everybody. It's not doing. I'm going to have to physically expand it out. Okay, here we go. Some reason it's not responding. Hopefully it'll play nice with us. All right, let me go to this. All right, so as you're looking at actually Chat GPT here, and that's what's in front of you, you'll see on the left side that you can actually go here and you can go right here. You can go to the three dots and you can rename it so you can easily find it, which is what I've done. You'll see here, I serve four Shopify stores in the UK, Canada, Australia, and the USA. Each of them have their own persona. Each of them are watching the market and watching that particular industry for that persona. So you can get that specific and then save it. And then I also, as I said, ask it to come up with one that I actually save within my Google Drive. So I'll have it to utilize with Google Bard, Write Sonnet, Claude 2, whatever I am using. Okay. All right, let's go back to this and let me get that out of the way here. Don't know why it wouldn't expand out, but you can also ask it for SEO edits, okay? Remember, I dropped where you can get a copy of all these slides. So, and these are, so you know, I know that's a lot of writing, but if you're using ChatGPT or Bard, I mean, Bard will do this too because it reads graphics, just drop this in here and say, just take the text out of it. So you'll have it copy and paste. It's that easy, all right? With its own set of issues. Certainly not perfect spelling of text. Oh, yeah, that's right. Exactly. It's going to have some of its issues. And that's why I teach my AI, Latoya, and I'll say, no, that's not right. You need to learn that, because it'll even tell me Google Bard is leaning into actual real Google search, and it'll say, oh, you need to do this with Google My Business. And I'll tell it, you know what, Bard? Google My Business, that phrase went away 2 years ago. We haven't used it since then. Get with the program and it will. It'll bring itself up to speed, okay? So you can also use it for competitive research. Again, if you get the PDF, all you have to do is point and click here on the Google Reviews Exporter, and you can export all your reviews. So that's one of the other first things that I did when I was working with AI is I went to the reviews of a competitor, I exported it, and I asked it to look for 10 things that people loved about our competitor and 10 places that they need remarkable improvement. And it did all of that. So you can come up with the top 10 or the top 5, what's most popular, and you can quickly, within a matter, it takes me no more than about 3 minutes to do this. And the hardest part is the uploading of the actual spreadsheet that comes out when I do the export, and only because of internet, just slow, sometimes wonky internet. So that's the thing that takes the longest. ChatGPT itself does a wonderful job with all of that. Okay, so you can utilize that. Let's go here. You can also give it a sentiment prompt to really understand the sentiment of customers. Did they like it? Are they happy? Are they unhappy? Okay, you're not seeing the exact slides there. Um, Interesting. Okay. Give me just a moment here. Can't copy and paste from this chat. Um, there is a way to do that. I just can't remember how to do that. So maybe Brittany, if you could do that, that'd be great. I just can't remember. Let me go into here real quick while I've got it up. Give me just a moment, everybody, because I'm on 3 different screens here. And let me see what you got in front of you. Um, Give me just a moment. I can fix this real quick. There we go. Alrighty, give me just a moment. It's really taking a long time to load. All right, here we go. All right, I see the handout in there. Hold on just a second. I see, okay. Yeah, I did an actual update this morning, so let me get it to you. Hold on just a second, everybody. You're gonna get exactly the slides we're using. Just give me a moment. See, that's why I love the chat boxes, because you guys can tell me instantly. All right, let me just make sure, hold on. One last check through to make sure I've got everything you need here. Ooh, okay. Give me just a moment. It is rendering the newest copy, hold on, into a PDF so we can get it up there as fast as possible, right? All right, everybody. Hold on just a second. All right, it's going to replace the existing file. Give it a moment to load. We're getting there, we're getting there. All right, it's going to load it up. And I'm going to double check. Yeah, there we go. And it's replacing the existing file. So it should be showing up for you. It's giving confirmation to me. Let me know in the chat box, everybody. All right. All right. So you can utilize this prompt. Great. I'm so glad you guys are communicative there. All right. So let's now look at content. How can we use it for content? When we're using it for content, you can create that AI powered persona and really train it to be like your audience. What is it? Maybe you know your audience, you see them on socials talking about a lot of things. So you're going to let it know. For example, if I'm teaching AI about my customer, it could be that they're a marketing director dealing with 10 million nonprofits, $10 million worth of nonprofit management or nonprofit funds in the area in the Midwest, their geography, their company size, and their job title. So I'm going to give it a little bit more context, because understand that's what we have that AI doesn't have that. If you ever wonder about that, take a look at when you write something, have a screen reader read it, and are you putting things in there that you only know as a person? It's just like if we were talking to somebody who is visually challenged. A lot of times we assume that they know what we see because our eyes take in so much. And with AI, we have to be a little bit more descriptive and complete in providing it context. So we give it its company purpose. We want to know the goals and the pain points and their decision criteria for actually buying my services. Okay. Okay, perfect. I'm so glad, Steve. I'm so glad. Thank you guys for saying. See, that's why it makes sense to utilize that chat box. I'm glad you found it. So you can find out about their decision criteria, and this is the response that it gave me. Exactly what it needed, and it said, it's hope this is helpful. Now I can edit that, or I can ask it more questions and give it more scenarios so it has a better chance then to even learn who our actual customer is. And just like I was showing you in the live demo, you can go on that left-hand side, you can improve it, you can rename it, you can keep training it, which is wonderful because AI can learn and grow and follow what's happening in the marketing space, or in that business space, or the industry space, whatever you're utilizing your AI for. So you can have it write 10 articles, you could do that, but you might need to be even more succinct, right? More specific, and not just use that lazy prompt. That's a first generation prompt. But what you can do is go in and start asking questions going, listen, I know the nonprofits that I work with want to really be more visible. They want to reach more customers. And that's one of the biggest things that they search. How to find more donors, how to find more donors in the Houston, Texas area. How do I find more donors in Galveston? So they're searching for that. How do I find people who are interested in sustainable environment concerns that our nonprofit is involved with? All of those things. So once I know what the topic is that they're actually looking at, and I can go to Google Trends for free and look at what that is, or I can ask Bard, then I can ask for content clusters around this particular topic, which is what you do in SEO. You put out content clusters on your actual site and also all of your socials around a topic. So you still are staying pertinent and therefore interesting and reachable by your actual customers. So once you teach it better prompts, you can ask it what your persona cares about. What's their biggest concern? What are they struggling with right now? They could have been earlier at the session that was done here for, with the IRS. So it could be, so what were they struggling with? What were some of their concerns? Look at these handouts. What are some of the things that they would really have some more questions about and need additional information? Within the persona chat, you can actually have it outline topics too. What do they need to see? What actual visuals need to be in there? What graphics? What should I include in email marketing? What should be the call to action? Break this down into an Instagram caption that's going to be seen and compelling to people who are marketing directors of nonprofits. Utilize the current hashtags and also use emojis to be able to express this in a way. Write this in Gen Z style because that's who our best target is. I need a mix of professional millennial as well as Gen Z, that the tone is in there, plus knowing our persona. So you can get that specific in your prompts. You can actually train AI to write like you. It is a multi-prompt because you're going to have it read some articles. So I give it article samples and links, or I have it go to our blog and our website and say, summarize that, really get to know me, and then write a draft article and now edit, because AI is not going to be perfect. Understand, you still need a human filter, and those who understand that and don't just copy paste what AI does will have a great chance not just to be seen as somebody who's an authority who understands this space by their customers or people who are interested in finding out additional information, but it also gives Google the ability to feel absolutely confident in you because it's not just regenerated AI. It's actually something that you can do as a thought leader. So understand, machines cannot be thought leaders. You can tell them, these are our non-negotiables. This is core to our culture, and this is something that I need to always have in our vision that's communicated and embedded into everything that we write. But they are not you, and they can't do that with a passion and tone. I've seen that even with translation. So there's wonderful tools. I love one of the tools that I actually take my Instagram reels, and it can translate me to French and Spanish and German within the matter of about 60 seconds, sometimes about 50 seconds, because they're reels. They're only about 30 or 40 seconds long, and it's using my own voice. So it's actually mimicking my own voice. The intonations are a little bit different, but the translation is spot on. I've actually had people in France and Germany and Japan even say, Maria, it's really good. A little bit more formal than regular communicative, but still very, very good. So you can get to know your audience. Really, you are the ones who know exactly what they need when they decide, oh my gosh, I just need to unplug and I'm not going to be on socials for the next 30 days. And you're the only one that can leverage relationships. Okay. AI cannot do that for you. What it can help with are these things: finding those influencers, even micro influencers in your space. Who is it that's talking about this? Who maybe also serve the same audience, but in a non competing industry, or potentially be somebody that can direct traffic and eyeballs your way. It can help you create those visuals. And if you're not a good visual creator, it'll come up with some. You'll obviously know that it's AI, but it's getting better and better. I mean, look at Midjourney, look at Runway. I mean, you see exactly that it's coming up with so many great different depictions graphically. But I even, because I'm a stick figure drawer and I'm not graphically talented at all, I will have it put graphics together for me so I can send it to an actual designer and say, now make this real and make this and add this and, you know, update this because it didn't get the text right, because AI doesn't always get the text in a graphic right. You can have it help with meta marketing, so your meta tags in YouTube, exactly doing YouTube SEO for you, email marketing, the descriptions. It's really awesome because in Amazon they have their own AI now, so it'll do all of your product descriptions and your A plus content, and it can write that for you, or even editing. So you can also have it do this. It can write those posts, tweets. I know a lot of people start with this, but when we train it, now it just won't be noise out there. We all can Google and find anything that we want. That's not hard. What we need are things customized that truly have the opportunity to be our second brain or be our assistant beside us who has a good understanding of our actual deliverables, our product, services, and solution, or our actual customers. So again, I know there's a lot of fear out there, but it's not human yet. Okay. So, and I know I come from, Skynet and Terminator and all of that. But you can see right now, even in Bing, you can go free to the image creator and you can ask it to, hey, I want an actual photo or a graphic of a community event. You see this 98 character prompt, and then that's what it'll create for you and bring that up for you. You can utilize this yourself, or you might go into AI, into something like, DALL-E 3 and say, you know what, I need this a little bit different, or go to an actual graphic designer and say, you know what, this is a good start. This is much better than my stick figure, which is normally what I do. YouTube itself has a lot of AI that's rolling out here in 2024. You have Dream Screen, which is much like Zoom and Google Meet. You get you can black out and do the green screen behind and put anything back there. So you can do that already just with your YouTube videos. There is Aloud. Aloud translates it instantly. So it's leaning into actual translation of all of the YouTube channels and the YouTube videos. And what I love about it, it's really, really fast. It's available now in 8 countries, of course, the US being one of them. And they've translated over 120 not million, maybe 1,220,000 videos already. And so it's getting pretty accurate. And all of this is free with your, free Google account, free Gmail account. You don't have to have the paid account. There's Create, which can help you. That's like CapCut, so that's like some of the editing that you'll see when people utilize that with TikTok or Instagram. There's Assist that will help you find actual audio that will match your video, so it'll go out and look for it and it's royalty free, or it can help you actually create actual very unique audio to go with your actual video. And it also is where you can converse with video. So if I bring a video up and I already have this rolled out, and understand this is being rolled out by regions, so I don't know Google's magic sauce on how it picks the regions, because sometimes I live in the Midland Odessa area at the base of the Panhandle. Odessa's 16 miles away, and it can roll out to Odessa, and here I sit 16 miles over here and I don't get it yet. So I don't know what the regions are, but it is rolling out by region, so you can converse with the video, meaning I can ask the video, well, where does he say that you need to add Google Analytics for, and link it here in Google Tag Manager, and it'll find it in the video for me. And then where does it say that where we need to go for additional information? So yes, I can see that in the transcript, and it'll auto transcript that. I could do that, but I can also just ask it that. And sometimes that may happen, especially if I'm on my mobile and I don't want to use all my thumbs to just start searching through and asking questions. So training your AI for brand communication means it needs to understand your brand. This is critical because it needs to understand what your mission is. Who do you serve? Who's your best customer? What are the challenges that you actually help with? You need to teach it like an infant. In fact, a lot of times, because ChatGPT is, it's the junior high student, so it's got a little bit more experience, and I've taught it for a whole lot longer than Bard. I'll ask ChatGPT to give me all the goods that I need to train Bard, and then I'll copy and paste that and share it with Bard. Okay, so that way it can start learning, and they both can start working towards actually conversing and promoting our brand in different content places. I can also use it for insights, and you may be thinking about insights analytics, which it does great trend analysis already, but when I also look at insights, I actually have it talk to legends. So for example, I'm absolutely blown away with Ryan Reynolds as an entrepreneur and his decision making capabilities, and how he expands and opens new markets. I feel the same way about the HEB Grocery Company. I love how they expand and open markets. So I have my AI learn from that, especially if I'm working and consulting businesses that are expanding to different areas. Then of course I'm going to lean into people who have some expertise that they don't have to now spend time, energy, and money learning, and have AI talk to us about that. So as you look at these prompts, these are several things that AI can give you insights on. All right, all of these items, from helping brainstorm to generating code, and there's a lot of that right now, and there'll be even more because people are writing their own GPTs now. They can make lists, they can summarize for you, which is really, really nice. There's a lot that can help with that, and they can just help with simple fun things. There is a new AI coming out. I've seen it beta test that will wait on the line for you, will wait on phone. If you are now having to deal with phone representatives and you have to wait for them, it'll actually wait on the phone for you. which I love because that saves us tremendous time and energy, right? So as you implement small, start with small things. Maybe if you have Amazon stores already, you have some Amazon listings, you start with Amazon. Maybe you start with Zoom and really get familiar with all the AI tools in Zoom, or Google Meet, which is 100% free. So you might want to do that. You don't have to work with just something where there's paid. There's AI in everything. I was just at CES, which is in Las Vegas, and there's AI in everything, in barbecue pits, in pillows, in mattresses, in office chairs, in lawnmowers, in a lot of lawnmowers. So there's all of that. And you'll just see that rolling out more and more. Some will be very basic, okay? But some will be a little bit more elaborate. So now let's go out to some live demos. Google Bard is one of my favorites to use because Google Bard is already with a free personal Gmail or free Google account. And I also love it because it's also something that can search. If you allow it, understand you have to allow it to be able to look at your Google Drive. So one of the first things when you go to Bard and you think about utilizing Bard, it'll ask you about what you are willing to disclose. Read that. Don't just breeze by it and say yes, 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 and then be shocked about the fact that it has access to information. Read it, make some good decisions and choices that you feel comfortable with, and then start moving forward with it. So if you do have it connected like I do, then it can go out into, let's say, being able to look, like I said, for emails, looking for plans, looking for, how many times did I meet with so and so. It could come up with all of that. So let's ask Bart a question. Let's go out here live. Okay, and let's ask Bart a question. Let me know in the chat box a question that you'd like to ask Bart. I'm going to say, what are people talking about in the Houston, Texas area right now? I can do this in Google Trends as well. We're talking about icy roads, deadly crash. All right, so some of these things, top news, hot topics, you might have to tell it, you know what, this is really not hot topic now. But if I wanted to, and let me make this a little bit bigger. Let's say I had it search something out. Now I want to know, is this true? Can you fact check this? If I click on this little G here, it will now fact check this response. So sometimes when I get an answer from ChatGPT, because it's a little bit more creative, then I will absolutely copy and paste that here for fact check. But you'll see in green, this is actually confirmed. In this color, it's not confirmed, and it's not really finding all the other rest. So I'm not sure that I would run with any of this. I would probably go to Google Trends or ask it to recheck even more so from there. But I do like to use this a lot for fact check. Okay. Back to the presentation. Let me get this out of my way so I can see you guys. All right. With ChatGPT, it's a conversation wizard. It's a great writer. You just have to be careful because it repeats a lot of the same phrases, and you've got to tell it, you know what? I don't want you to talk about the fact that you're going to skyrocket to the moon with your business, or you're going to skyrocket sales. You've used that enough. Learn some other words, and it will learn other words too. How do restaurant owners, what do restaurant owners need most in kitchen refrigeration? I mean, in kitchen refrigeration, is it adjusting? Is it, there may already be tools because I don't know that industry. I know the HVAC industry, but I don't know as far as what they're asking for in refrigeration. So you need to ask it those questions. What are people asking for? So let's do that, right? That's what you were asking. So let me go here and let me go back into Google. Let me go back to Google Bard a moment and let me bring up the live. All right, we're going to now do a new chat and we're going to ask this great question Leonard had. Just going to copy and paste it from Zoom. Hold on just a moment. It's not being, no. Yep, I can't remember how to do that. So you have to suffer through my spelling. Most in kitchen refrigeration. All right, proper temperature control, adequate storage space, reliability, freezer space. All right, So you can do all of these. Now let me do images. Let's do a little fact check there. If I wanted to share this with somebody, I could share it here by just hitting the share icon. If I want to give it a thumbs up or thumbs down, there's also, these are the related topics that people are searching around these. This is keyword phrases, everybody. So this is related and relevant to what people are searching for. If you've ever wondered, what should I post about today? Maybe this is it. Restaurant order needs most in kitchen refrigeration. What refrigerator is best for a restaurant? That's what they're starting to look at. So let's say I take this and I say, oh my gosh, it's great. Then proper temperature control. Well, now remember, I have not taught my AI what to do with this yet. So it's just going to go from its own experience. I'm going to bring this up here and I'm going to tell ChatGPT to write an Instagram caption that will be seen by all restaurant owners in Houston, let's say in Sugarland, about this topic using emojis and relevant popular hashtags. Now understand 3.5 is just pulling from a couple of years ago or a few months ago maybe. There's some moments where it does have access to at least 1 year more, but not, there's still a year back. So I'm pulling from those hashtags. If I really wanted this relevant, I would probably go to ChatGPT 4, which will go online. So there, it can do that as an Instagram caption. Oh, give me more context and make this lengthier to, let's say 500 words, and add more of a Gen Z style. Okay, so then it'll come up here. I can copy and paste. Now make this a 7-part Twitter thread. So then it'll come in and start doing that. And I'll praise it because, oh, that's what I like to do. I just sent that, didn't mean to. That's great. You've hit the nail on the head. Now create an email marketing letter for those restaurant owners. Remember now, these are lazy prompts because I've not taught it yet, this persona. Owners we serve. I would definitely share some of the commonality of what that would be. Okay, so now it would write the email, create a blog post for our website, citing sources and examples. Okay, and then I can go here after it does that. I can even tell it how long if I want to. So I've got some outgoing links that I can use SEO wise. What's a great meta tag for this? And it can tell me what that is, or a meta description. It'll give me that. Then I said, I'm not in 4, so I can't do this right now, but I'm going to say create a YouTube short script about this topic. And it'll start doing that too, okay? Giving you opening shot and all of these. So that's what it can do, and even more succinct and more accurate when you teach it exactly who that best customer is, right? Or who you're trying to reach, who is that persona, okay? All right, let's come off of that. So that's one way to use it. Let me come and get there to my screen. And oh, I forgot I had Google Bard back there too. All right, there we go. You can also use ChatGPT 4, so let me bring that up front and center. Come on, 4, play with me a little bit. Let's see if you'll play friendly right now, because I am broadcasting, which makes it a little bit tough, but let me go to 4. All right, 4 is front and center, and I'm going to say, what's a good photo to show of a restaurant owner worried about refrigeration needs? Okay, so now we're going to go to that. It's going to go out and utilize DALL-E 3 because that's what ChatGPT 4 can do. It does have the graphic capabilities. That's why I upped to the 4. And you can have this happen. 4 costs $20 or $25, guys. I'm not really sure. I'm at the $20 level. So see how it comes up with this. I might want to use it. This is obviously AI. It's not realistic. I can come back and say, make this more of a realistic photo, or I can just take it and go to a graphic designer and say, I love this. Now put this in our actual brand, in our brand colors, and utilizing our brand spokesperson, this chef. Okay, so they could do that. A person could do that as well. Now you could get into Midjourney and get really into that, or Adobe Firefly. I am not into the graphics because I'm just not a graphic person, but I work with a lot of people who do utilize graphics. So I know it's possible to do this. And you can also create this into a video. So let's say I'm going to go to, now you do need 4.0 for this. Okay, so you have to have 4.0. This just came out last week. You go to chatopenai.com/GPTS, and I can go to Video Maker AI. So all you need to do is search in Video AI. So I can come here and I can say, create with a woman's voiceover, the concerns, a video showcasing the concerns restaurant owners have with refrigeration. Okay, so it's going to go out there. It's going to go make a video. This is a 1-sentence prompt. I don't have the paid version of InVideo. So because of that, it's going to show all the watermarks and stock photo. If I paid the $15 a month, then I could not, let's see. Video Maker wants to talk to video. Yes, confirm. You can talk to it. I don't pay for that because I just play with it right now. So that's what the video is, navigating refrigeration concerns. Okay, so now it's made this video here. All right, let's go to it. We're going to bring that up. And it's, let's see. I'm going to put this in here. I think this is the account that I have this created with. Okay, so I'm not going to create an account right now because I do have one, but I'm just going to look for our email in your inbox. Oh, it's going to make me do all those things. So it's doing all the confirmation things. So once I do that, it'll bring me over here and we can actually see this completed video. I will do that here to the side, but I don't want to slow down. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to give you a little psychedelic moment there. But I'm going to bring up a new window to do that. Let me get that out of there, bring that to the side, and let's go back into here, into these prompts, because while I'm bringing that up and finding that email that they sent over, I can go ahead and show you something else that you can do with the GPTs. And these are just prompts really that people have written and taught. And you can get, there's these free. You can also get these where there's a paid one. So if you write one and you want to sell them on the ChatGPT store, you can do that as well. One of the fun ones that I did, and I want you to see it. It's, it's just being lazy, but it is fun. You can use Sous Chef. So what you can do with Sous Chef is with Sous Chef, you can upload a photo of your fridge, show it the photo of your fridge, and then it'll tell you this. Okay, so, not here. Let's go down to the fridge picture. And so I just gave it this fake fridge, that I went and found stock photo online. I came in and it said, oh, looking at the contents of your fridge, you can make grilled asparagus, and then you can make a vinaigrette. And if you want a protein, you can do all of these. So that's Sous Chef is just somebody, again, something fun that they were doing. But you could do all of that with AI. So I encourage you to get hyper curious and go check it out. Go play with it, give it a chance to run around and see what it can make for you. So those are what GPTs are, because there's a lot already pre-made. You can use ChatGPT with Bing for free, so there's no cost for that. ChatGPT with DALL-E 3, you saw that already. All of these photos here that you see at the lower left-hand corner, those are also utilizing ChatGPT DALL-E 3 to come up with different concepts. You can also take a look at insights, provide you customer feedback, what questions to ask your customers, what to post that's going to start them with conversation. Claude 2 is a writing tool. So this is powered by Amazon. Okay, so Amazon and Anthropic power this up. Claude 2 is for free, but there's also a paid version. Sonnet can rewrite articles. This is a paid version here, though. They can only do that with rewriting articles, so you can have it spin an article 6 or 7 times. You can work with Google Bard and ChatGPT in tandem because those two can fact check each other and they can learn more from each other. I love Pika Labs. If you've not used Pika Labs, it does a lot of great things with graphic design. Really, game designers love to use this, but it can put some movement. So if you've got a photo, it can make your hair flow, make your eyes blink a little bit, and give you a little bit of movement if you want a little bit of animation. So you can use that for free. Pika Labs is for free. A lot of these, you do have to join their Discord group. Your key takeaway, though, here is what are you going to do? What are you going to apply that you've learned today? Because I've covered quite a bit. And the 4 areas that AI is making some remarkable differences right now. What are you going to do to not just make this a great fact finding mission, but what you're going to actually apply that you've learned today? What is the Chat GPT link for the video maker? Oh, yeah, let me show you. So that is, hold on just a second. Oh, I got the code here. Hold on. So I can kind of show you what this is. Give me just a moment here. These multiple confirmations on identity are going to be going to drive me crazy. Okay. Let me show you then. Let's go to live. Okay. All right. It is in video. So what you're going to do, you're going to go into the GPTs here, and all you need to search, it has it for me already in my search history because I've recently used it, but all I needed to do is look for in video. Or video maker, and you see how it pops up there because it's one of the most popular ones. You can see it's created over 50,000 or had 50,000 uses already. So you'll see some of the popular ones. They're the ones who are been used the most. So this is what it looks like. It's still preparing, it's analyzing the content. So let's give it a moment to do that, and we'll come back to that. Let me see in the chat box. There we go. So see, now we can see it coming across. You're not going to get to hear the audio, I don't think, is not picking up my my desktop audio, but it's analyzing the video. It's only at 5%. Do know that I'm also broadcasting too, so I've got a lot of things going on here that you may not have when you're doing this, but see how it's planning the script out and everything. All right, let's see what have people are going to take away from this. More real, yes, in technology. A solo owner, yes, it can save so much time. Understand that I go in there, I don't have to worry about what's happening with content. I can have a content calendar. In fact, it creates the content calendar that I use for email, for social, for YouTube Shorts, and for stories. So it creates the entire content calendar. Of course, I put my human factor in it because it's got to be my face in there. I'm not going to use AI for a voiceover because I can really tell it makes me feel funny when I hear my voice in AI. But yeah, you can really learn so much. I'm going to go back to the presentation right now while this is rendering, just because it's taking a bit of time, which I thought it would because it is video, and it is really just slowed down because it is my my machine, and I'm actually utilizing it for a lot of things. So I'm using a little bit of CPU memory there. But let's go back here. If you have any questions, of course, reach out to the SBDC because they're there for you. They have the boots on the ground and they are vested in your success. If you want to connect with me, this is how you can connect with me. It is a group coaching group. So that means that I walk you through. If you ask me, Maria, how do you do this prompt and how do you do this and what came up with this? I walk you through and I do a video for it and I share it with the group. So it's not just one-on-one. You're welcome to do that. But remember, you have your SBDC, your local SBDC. They're here for you and supporting you, and they have counselors that can actually support and help you. If I've been helpful to you and this information has been helpful, I would be honored for your review. You don't have to give one. Let me show you what this looked like real quick, that it's now rendered and came up. So you can see here, this is what it looked like. Okay, so it's a 2-minute 24. And there is actual audio there. It's a woman speaking over, doing the voiceover. But again, I can't show you that because I didn't set that up for you to see that, but I can happily, show you and walk you through how to do this. It's not hard to do at all. You'll see it's real easy, and that's one sentence, and it came up with a 2-minute thing, and it does all of these headlines and highlights. See that? Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and stop that, and I'm going to go back to the presentation again. This is how you can find me, of course. You just need to reach out to the actual Houston SBDC. They're happy to help you, and they're happy to connect you with me or have me come back to train on anything that you would like. And I would just love to do that. All right. So what questions do you have now? Right. We were right at the top of the hour. Um, Let's see, my website is KLI Brand. You'll see that up in front and center there, klibrand.com. Feel free to come there and say hey to me. Follow me on socials, everyone, just because I love to have virtual dance celebrations with you when you apply what you learn. When you tell me, oh my God, Maria, I just found this great prompt and you need to do this and this and this, I love to do that because we can all learn from each other and it helps us just even get better. And we as small businesses, the good thing about us is we're belly to belly with our customers, so we know them intimately. We don't have to come up with a committee or anything, and we can teach AI even more so than what and quicker, more nimbly than any large corporation. So we have a chance to be highly competitive, and I love that. All right. I'm sure there are some questions. I know we are 2 minutes past the hour, so if we've got time for them, I'll answer them. I'm happy to answer them, but I'm really, Brittany, I'm going to leave that to you. Sure. Yes. Only if you want the graphics and those GPTs that I just showed you, because the GPTs are only available. So the InVideo, the sous chef one, all of those are only available to those who are on the 4. Turbo is going to be coming out, really rolling out anytime this quarter. That'll be available to people who have the 4 subscription. And then I know ChatGPT 5 is already, in the testing phase. Sure. It is different from Google in that it's an assistant. So Google Bard's an assistant. Google Bard and Google Search are powered by Google Gemini. Google Gemini is Google's AI behind there that is definitely learning quickly. And there's a lot that'll be rolling out this quarter that Google will be able to do, but I know it'll be slowly by region because they're doing a lot of beta tests. Right now, Google Search is being powered in some regions by Google Gemini. So you'll see the search results different, and it is leaning into what people are putting in their answers for their Google Business Profile Q&A, and also into people's reviews. It gives that favor above everything else. And then Google Bard itself is an assistant. So it's actually assisting you with writing, a large language model assistant, and then also with searching for things. So it's different from search, just a little bit different. Oh, just Google Bard. That's all you need to do. And when you click on it, then it'll say allow Bard and it'll give you a privacy disclosure. Please do read through that because I want you to feel comfortable that you're making a conscious decision on what you're providing access to. Sure. Sure. Mhm. Well, I know that YouTube Create is a powerful one, and understand all the YouTube AI is 100% free with a free YouTube account or free Google account. Um, So YouTube creates a great video editor. There's InVideo, Midjourney are really, really good video editors. Those are the ones I'm most familiar with. Um, I'm not sure, there are probably others because there's a bunch of others. I mean, I see updates all the time and I'm not familiar with all the names as far as using them. The other ones, the ones that I brought up, I've used. Um, so yeah, yes, absolutely. Connect with me on socials. But remember, reach out. Your SBDC is right there for you, and I'm all about free or small fee. So use free resources first, and they're free. Um, oh yes, that goes actually back to the beginning. Let me pause my share for just a minute, so I'm not flashing things in front of you, but I can show you that. Let me bring that screen up, that slide up. Sorry. Um, okay, let me make that bigger, and I'll share with you. All right, so you can have it, if you have ChatGPT 4, it can go out online and read these articles itself. But if you want it to learn specifically, I love Steve Jobs thinking in these articles, then I'll actually put the articles, so read these articles. I'll actually put those articles in the prompt that I want it to read. Or I can ask it to go out and look for the articles first, and then I can say to read it. Then after it reads it, I say, okay, assess, what did you see? What do you think? What's his style? What's his tone? What's his cadence? What would he be worried about in today's market? What would he be worried about with today's employee and human resources team? What are some of the concerns that would be his concern if you were expanding Apple today? That's some of the things that I would ask, and that helps it really now utilize critical thinking to understand who Steve Jobs is. Sure. The yeah, the paid version does, or utilize Google Bard. I'll use Google Bard, and it'll give me so Google Bard's first response is just is usually text, and then I'll say, no, 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 I need to see photos, I need links, I need to cite sources, so I need more like a bibliography. Then it'll go back and go, oh, well, sure, that's what you need. So you have to clarify and teach it. It doesn't automatically make that jump going every time she asks me this. It's going to do this and want this. Now, if you save your chat, which you can do in Google Bard, and also in ChatGPT. So you save it there and you rename it so you can easily find it there in that left-hand margin. You can go back to that chat because you've already taught it that in this chat, I want you to give me sources and to be able to outline them in this way. And now you can ask it a question, and because it already learned that in that chat, it will build on that learning it already has. You're welcome. I'm sure there is somewhere. I think I really, I get in there and play, and what it can do, because it'll tell you what its limitations are. It'll say, I'm sorry, I can't go out to the internet right now, or I'm sorry, my latest information on this is up to 2022. So it will tell you, and I just play. I ask it things, and it'll say, I can't do that. I'm a large language model. So it'll say things like that. And sometimes it says that and it's not true. And so I'll even challenge it going, no, that's not true. You answered for me this before, and you know how to do it. And it'll say, oh, that's right. I don't know what I was thinking. It'll say, and it'll come back. So you just, yeah, so don't always take its first answer, because it likes to tell you, I can't do that. Now, there are times when I've done 3 times the same prompt and it'll say, I can't do that. It's like, okay, you can't do that. I got to go to somewhere else or ask it differently. No, no, it doesn't. But you can tell that it's different because you'll see it's more like topic based at the top. Very, very content rich. So you'll see photos at the top, and they'll say, what about this? You'll see Q&A answers. You'll see reviews. You might even see topic timelines. So those are, again, you'll see it's a little bit different when it's there, but it doesn't identify that it's Gemini. Oh yeah, yeah, it can. In fact, there is a new GPT prompt which is called Summarizer, video summarizer. I've used that. It summarizes a YouTube video right away. It'll give you the timestamps if you want to, because timestamps are really good for YouTube as SEO, and you can put those in, and it makes your video more searchable. But it will summarize and it will give you all that information. And that's, remember, YouTube's AI with assist. You can talk with it. You can actually say, okay, where in the video does it do this? Is there some place where it covers exactly how this is created? So it'll take you directly to that in the video. Uh, Yes, as long as you're signed into the same account, yes, you have full access to it. So I'll do that too because, sometimes I'm just on my phone waiting for something. So I've got AI right there on my phone. There are several slides where I put some of the larger ones that have been around for the longer time, that you can utilize, that have all free versions, so you can utilize that. I always do update that. I every week, if you're on our email list, I do what's known as a Google update, and it is an update of AI of anything that I've tried, I've tested out, and have seen. I'm all about using free right now. The only reason, as I said, that I got the paid version of ChatGPT is because I want to use all the full functions. But there's so much free out there, even with Claude 2. I've been using that for free. And what I love about Claude 2 is that most of the time, ChatGPT can only come up with 12,000 words. Now, know that Turbo is going to come to about 110,000 words that it can start going through or creating, so it can analyze or create. But Claude 2 can do 275,000 words already, just the free version. So it has much bigger capacity to be able to take on more content. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm so excited to be here, and I look forward to seeing everybody in socials, hearing what you tried. I want to learn from you as well. So let me know.